I'm just talking my shit. And when you see me in my whip, I'm just talking my shit.
What up, YouTube? Welcome back, family and friends, to Talking Shh and Sipping. I am your girl, Orion Stark.
And I'm Sincere.
And we're back with another video. This video is going to be a story time. This is the story of the time when I almost got Bill Cosby
Allegedly.
in a club out here. No, it is not allegedly. It actually happened. And for that other person, he was convicted of that. So yeah, we're covering all bases. So we'll start off with the beginning of the day. I worked like a 10-hour shift. I was tired. I got off work. And I was ready to go clubbing with my friends. A couple of years ago, we used to club hop. That was our thing. I didn't go to clubs for a really long time after I became legal because I had children. And when I met this specific friend, I was like, oh, okay, she likes to go to the club, so let's do it. And my husband was like, cool, you can go. He was okay with it. So normally, like, at the end of the week when we would go to the clubs, we would do the same routine. Get off work, say, hey girl, what you doing? Let's get ready. We'll go shopping for like what we're gonna wear. We would go shopping for like the shoes. If we needed makeup, we would go get makeup. We would go to like the Ulta. One of us would get our makeup done there or something like that. And then we would all go home. And then we would get dressed. And then we would meet back up once we were done. So I went home around 6 o'clock and got up at like 8. And then I started getting ready. I didn't need to do too much. I just needed to do my makeup because everything else was done. And then, you know, I called her and she's like, okay, I'm coming to pick you up. So then we go to the club. It's a really popular club out here. A lot of people know about the club who doesn't even live here. They know about the casino where the club is, and they don't live here. So we get to the club. My friends, they were really good with bouncers, club promoters, bartenders at these clubs. So we literally never had to pay to get in a club. We never had to stand in line to get in a club. You know, everything was just lit. So normally before we go to the club, we would pregame, meaning we would drink before we got there. This specific day, I did not drink before I got there. So I was super sober when we got to the club. So we get in the club and all of a sudden, there's this guy, this white guy. He is so infatuated with me. He follows me all over the club. We're on the dance floor. We're dancing. He's like all up on my ass. He won't let me breathe. He's trying to buy me drinks and I'm like, no, I'm okay, because he wasn't my type. So finally I was like, okay, if I let you buy me a drink, will you chill? And he was like, sure. So we go to the bar. He asked me what I want to drink. I told him what I wanted to drink and he got it. So I drink the drink. Before I could even finish the first drink, he orders me a second drink. So then I was like, hell, fuck it. So I drink the second drink. By this time, I'm feeling good. I'm dancing at the bar. You know, everything is lit. So then he orders me another drink. Now, this is the third drink that this guy has bought me. So I drink it. We then go to the dance floor. We're dancing. We're having a good time. And then all of a sudden, I start feeling funny. Like, I can't describe how I felt, but it just wasn't normal. 3 drinks, that is not enough to get me drunk. So it was something different. So then I tell my friend how I was feeling, and she's like, let's go to the bathroom. So we go to the bathroom, and somehow in the bathroom, we got separated. I ended up leaving the bathroom. I don't know how I got downstairs to the casino floor, because you have to take an elevator to go up to the club, and you have to take an elevator down to go to the casino floor and get out where your car is parked and everything. So this is where the story gets a little fuzzy. I remember some parts and I don't remember some parts. So I walked to a slot machine and I guess I passed out on the slot machine. So I was slumped over the slot machine. This part of the story I got secondhand from the security guard after the fact. So this is what I was being told happened to me. So I was slumped over the slot machine. And then after that, I left the slot machine and I was walking somewhere and I just collapsed. So as I'm on the ground, there's people who are passing by me, they're laughing, there's people who are stepping over me, there's people who are taking pictures of me, and finally one decent person who saw me passed out on the ground went to retrieve the security guard because this person thought I was having a medical emergency. The security guard came and got me off the ground, and I guess the security guard was asking me questions and I was answering them as best as I could because I don't know how she ended up calling my husband. My husband's name in my phone is not husband. My husband's name in my phone is not his government name. It's a pet name. We use pet names for each other. And in my phone, his name is Blueberry Mango.
Now don't laugh.
So I don't know how she was able to find him and call him and tell him the situation. But I didn't know that she did that at the time. So the guy and my friend, they ended up finding me with the security guard. I don't know if they had any kind of conversations. I don't know what happened at that point. I just know that we ended up in the car and we were leaving. And at that point, my friend and I were like, why is this guy by himself? Normally when, guys come to Vegas, they come in packs, they come with other people. So we're like, where are your people? Drink break.
2 hours later.
This is my beautiful Belvedere glass.
I ain't got no beautiful glass.
Drinking a martini. We're drunks over here. Anyway.
I'm a social drinker.
And so am I. And we're being social right now. So that is why we're drinking. This is called talking and sipping. Of course we're going to be sipping. Anyway, getting back to the story. So we were wondering why this guy was by himself. He's like, oh, my hotel is not far from here. Can you guys take me to my hotel? And my friend is like, okay, cool. Because he helped her retrieve me. So we thought, no, we don't know what happened. This person could have literally walked me out of the club from the bathroom and could have been guiding me to go any place. And I just collapsed somewhere and he just was like, fuck it. We don't know. So he's like in the car. He's really like taking care of me. He's giving me water to drink, trying to keep me coherent, acting like a friend. And he says to my friend, she can come into my hotel room with me to sleep it off, until she feels better. And then, she can leave and go home. And we're like, what? Kind of weird, right? So then my friend's like, no. So then he gets out. It took him a really long time to get out the car. Like, you drop someone off, it's like 1 minute, they're out. It took him like 10, 15 minutes to get out the car. He was just like talking and talking and talking and trying to get us to go into his freaking room. It was kind of weird. So after he got out, I don't remember anything after that. I don't remember how I got home. But I went home. And I must have been hungry because I put something in the oven. To this day, I still don't know what it was that I put in the oven because it was burned when I seen it. So it wasn't there. So I don't know like how high I had the oven, but I must have passed out at some time. And I was only able to wake up because my dog, my puppy, may he rest in peace, I love him so much, he was sitting on my chest and he was barking in my face and he was licking my face. And that's how I woke up. When I woke up, his snout was the only thing that I saw. I didn't see anything else because the house was completely covered in smoke. I damn near burned myself alive because of this incident. And to this day, I still don't know exactly what happened, what he put in my drink. I'm unsure. But I know for the next 2 days after that, I did not feel good. I was unable to do anything. I did not get out of the bed. I wasn't able to tend to my children after that. I was really messed up. And it hadn't crossed my mind that I might have been drugged. It more so was just oh, I shouldn't have went out and I shouldn't have had those drinks. I was under the impression that it was the drinks, period, the alcohol, that had done that to me. I didn't think about the fact that I might have been drugged until everyone around me started hearing the story and we were talking about it and everybody was like, oh, that person got you. So now So now the part that I'm unclear about, my husband can tell you guys about.
So, I don't know what happened after she left the house. But what I do know is she called me and what she was saying didn't make sense. It was 1 + 2 is 3, + 7, that's 9. It just wasn't adding up. So, I'm like, babe, what's going on? You're not making no sense. You tweaking. And next thing I know, she's not responding to me. She's not saying nothing. I'm on the phone for about 10 minutes. Dead air. I'm saying stuff, she's not responding. So I'm like, yo, I don't know what's going on. I'm finna hang up. And I'm finna call her back. I called back about 50 times. And no answer. And then I called back 51. Someone answered. It was a security guard. But somehow we got disconnected. And she called me back. And she told me, asked me who I was. And I told her who I was. I'm the person who owns this phone's husband. And I was just talking to her. It went dead air. I'm telling her the whole spill. And she's like, okay, I have a woman here who's passed out. She's not responsive, but she's still breathing. She's still okay. So I'm like, okay, I'm on my way. I will be there as soon as I can. I'm leaving the house now. I'll be there shortly. So I get there. She's nowhere to be found. I meet the security guard I spoke to. She tells me she got with her friend and they took her. So I said, okay, who is they? She says her and some guy, but that's not here nor there. So I'm calling her, still no answer. Mind you, I'm still at the casino calling her. So by the time I get home, I walk in to smoke. And her stumbling around. And that's all I have to say about that there.
Like I said, I did not know how she contacted my husband, but I guess that's how. Because he was calling me so much. She was like, who is this number that keeps calling her? So I'm guessing that's how. It was a crazy story. I have a lot of friends and a lot of people that I know that are not friends who have been roofied in clubs, in bars, at parties. And there was even one year, I think it was a year when I was not legal, that men were going around in clubs, bars, parties, etc., using Visine, putting Visine in women's drinks to drug them.
That's lame as hell.
Very, very lame. I mean, I don't want to I never wanted to think that this guy did this because he was nice. But when I really think about it, all the times that I've been out, all the clubs that I went to, this experience has never happened to me. Like, I mean, I'm a champ. I can drink multiple bottles of liquor. I mean, the highest proof. It's nothing to me. Look at where we live. I mean, I went to school here, so I'm not originally from here, but I went to school here. So you got to have an alcohol tolerance,
right?
To be here.
On another story time, I'll tell you how we used to drink when we were in high school.
No, I don't know what. No,
I'm just joking.
I'm like that. No, that's not the same. I didn't do that.
For those that know,
So
you know.
I didn't do that. I was a straight A student. I didn't do that. But anyway, anywho, that was the story. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, no. Hold on, wait. No. The moral of the story is, I know you guys thought that I was going to say that the moral of the story is, do not accept drinks for strangers, but I would be a hypocrite if I say that, because this is Vegas, and the whole point of going out to clubs, bars, parties, etc., is to get drinks from guys. So I would be a hypocrite if I say that. That wouldn't be right.
It's the new day and age. Fellas, we supposed to go out and get drinks from women.
Anyway, so the moral of this story is going to be careful who you go to clubs with. And when you go out with your friends, use a buddy system. And your buddy system has to be intact. See, our buddy system was not intact at first. And that's why this situation happened. You know, and any situation could happen when your buddy system is all jacked up. But after this situation happened, we got that shit straight. And our buddy system was A++. You know, you might have a time when you go to a club, there's a guy that likes your homegirl. He's talking to her. They exchange numbers, but he's like, I'm staying in this hotel. Why don't you come kick it with me? And your girl's is like, okay. And, you know, she's like, oh, I'm going to go kick it with this guy. No, you're not doing any of that. We do not take our eye off of one of our sisters. We will not let one of our buddies go off with some guy and we don't know him. You know, if you guys want to do all of that, then do all of that once we're done kicking it. After we're done kicking it, then you can have her because she'll be on her own time. But when she's on, I'm sorry, when she's on our time, she's our responsibility. So, yeah, do that later.
Look,
you know what
fellas,
I mean?
She dropping gems right now, and she don't even know it.
I do know it.
That's why we're always talking about the C block and homegirl. Yeah, make sure your homeboys, they on
That's
point.
not a bad word. You could say that word.
Well, I'm just saying.
The
Make
cock blocking homegirl.
Right. Make sure your homeboys is on point so they can always run that
But
independence.
the homeboys have a cock blocking homeboy as well.
Nah,
There's always one. There's always a fucking ugly
Should know, bro.
Ice JJ Fish looking dude that's always hating on his friends and he wants to stop stuff
Look,
from happening.
As real men, we don't hate on each other and we don't block. If you gonna get some,
There must be a shortage of real men because there is buku men who hate on their friends and they stop stuff from happening.
Look, my job is your homeboy. If you talking to the cute one, it's for me to holler at the ugly one. Just so you can get your play off, I'm supposed to do that as your boy.
And how many times have that failed? Let's see if he answers. Hundreds of times.
When has it ever failed for me, as in running the interference? Or
Hundreds of
them
times.
running the interference?
Going out of focus.
But
Ooh.
we'll talk about that later.
No, we're talking about that right now.
Look, I always run the interference. At the home
The video's not over. Let's talk about these raggedy homeboys that cock block.
Look, if one of my dudes is hollering at a female, I'm going to always run the interference on her homegirl. I don't care if it's 2, 3, 4, or 5. I'm talking to all 5 just so he can get his play off.
He's lying.
That ain't no lie. That's the truth.
He's lying.
I got receipts.
Receipts? What about that one time when everybody was willing to hang out with those girls and you were like, ew, you know what I'm saying? That's your booger wolves. And you didn't want...
I didn't have to run interference then. It was already done.
No.
If the homie already smashing you, ain't no reason for me to run the interference.
No. What about the time, when there was like all those girls and you guys were talking to all those girls? I mean, I know we were together, but how come you didn't run interference that time?
With all what girls?
You know what I'm talking about.
I wasn't, for one, me communicating with you or even having a conversation with you is interference.
But why didn't you do that then? It doesn't matter if we were together. You should be running interference. You should be the wingman for your homeboys.
It was enough wingman.
See, the excuses.
Every cat don't have to play wingman.
The excuses, you guys.
We were outnumbering them. So why do I need to play wingman?
The excuses.
Everybody can't be the wingman. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, everybody can't be the wingman, but you're telling people that they should be the wingman.
They should, but everybody can't be it. You can't have too many wingmen. LeBron can only pass to so many people. Some cats got to get back on defense.
And see, we might have this as a main topic on one of our videos because it's a lot to talk about. Right. Especially when you're in a relationship and you're going out with your homeboys or you're going out with your homegirls and somebody wants to talk to a guy and they just want you to run interference with the other guys. I mean, I'll still do that. I'll let them. I am the kind of person, I've done this too much. I'll immediately do this. Married. I'll talk to you though. We can keep up conversation so that they can get their groove on, but I'm taking, you know what I mean? I'm so quick to flash that ring on your ass.
We're not going to talk about this.
I've been so quick to do that all the time. Like I said,
show my ring
maybe
too,
we will,
and my watch.
Maybe we will do this conversation in another video. But for now, that's all that we have.
Right.
I hope you enjoyed this story time of struggle, strife, about the time when I almost got Rick Rossed.
I'm just happy.
In a club here in Vegas.
Did she just say that? But
what? I hope that you learned something.
I'm just happy you ain't wake up dead.
You put something in your Abdullah Alagara.
Right, because if I ain't gonna lie, if something would have happened to you, babe.
Baby, no, we're not going there.
I'm just saying.
See?
I was just gonna go
Stop
fishing.
wishing. Stop wishing.
I'm not wishing nothing.
Nothing happened.
I was just gonna say, if God
to tell
forbid,
this story
knock
of a
on some
female.
wood.
Look at him over talking me and stuff.
But I was gonna go fishing.
It doesn't matter. I'm happy that I'm here to tell you guys these stories of struggle and strife. And I said this already. Yeah, so this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. He's gonna keep going.
Damn, can I finish my thought?
Thank you for joining us on Talking Shh and Sipping, and we're out.
So everybody in the club, put your drinks in the air. If you don't like me, homie, I don't care.